Before I go into this, I had this wonderful speech last week by someone who explained a little bit about the Dutch as well. And that was about food as well. It's always about food, isn't it? And it kind of made sense, because he said, we the Dutch are very task-oriented. We're not very social-oriented as a people in general. And food for us is not something social, it's not something aesthetic, it's fuel. It's got to be effective. So it kind of makes sense anyway. Well, welcome all of you here in The Hague. I see many, many faces that I know, and also a lot of new EURAXESS faces to get to know. And I'm really pleased everyone's here. What I'm going to tell you is about EURAXESS in practice, but I'd like to share you my story. And my story with EURAXESS starts 12 and a half years ago. 12 and a half years ago, I was hired to work on this project, which was called, in French, I think you call it Le Rat Mort, which is dead rat. And in Dutch you say Il Amour. And it was about helping international researchers to come to Europe, to come to our countries. And in those 12 and a half years, a lot has happened. I remember vividly when it all started still with trying to get the foreign researchers to be able to come to our countries. And that was all we were really focusing on. It was about trying to help them actually be able to cross the border and get to our countries. This was a time where we were working in the Netherlands. We were working to try and get in contact with the IND, which is Immigration Service. And most of our work was actually concerning things like, so how do we make sure the photograph for the passport or for the visa will be accepted by the IND? And we wrote long papers with instructions on what it should not be like and what it should be like. And then people in the Netherlands had to file these huge applications with lots of extra paperwork. And when only one slight thing was missing, that was a big problem. And generally, the passport wasn't accepted, so they had to do it again. I think we've come a long, long way from there. At that time, we were working on trying to get them accepted into our country, quite literally. When that worked well, I wouldn't say smoothly, but when that worked better, we had time to focus on other things. And one of the things that we found out, or that we maybe already knew, but we had time now to process, was, okay, so these foreign researchers are here. Are they actually enjoying themselves? Is it working well? And it turned out they were in need of a lot of extra support. They could do with language courses. They could do with a social network. Now, this is especially something that works for the Dutch, I think. We are apparently like open, self-confident. We like to help people. So if you come with a question, I think most Dutch will actually help you. But if you want to be our friend, that's a whole different ballgame. We have work and private life very separated. But if you come from abroad, what do you do? So that's a thing that we could try and help these researchers with. And not just to help the researchers, but to help ourselves understand that we should be more inviting to them as well. They have intercultural competences. We've worked on it as well. Not just intercultural competence courses for the researcher. I mean, what kind of crazy country has he or she found himself into? And how to survive here, how to make yourself a career in the Netherlands. But also for the staff. And I'm proud to say that we're also working on a lot of activities for the spouse programs, both on social events, social inclusion, and on your career. I think we've done really well, and I think what stands out for me most is I'm so proud of the network in the Netherlands. I've seen them grow over these years, and the service that they can provide nowadays is so much better than what they did 12.5 years ago on all these different aspects. They didn't create this on themselves, by themselves. This was an effort which was created, I think, amongst each other, with a lot of sharing, and not just between universities, but also with municipalities, with stakeholders, and with the government. And the government was open for it. As you heard from our deputy mayor, they're open to retain talent, and what can they do? So it's been a really positive journey so far. So where do you end up? Well, then we found ourselves being able to get these research talent in the Netherlands, and they actually even started to like it. They were included, there were sports programs for them, they understand how to deal with Dutch and with Dutch customs. They settled in, some of them speak some Dutch. So then there's the next step we're thinking about. And the next step is about the future. It's about the future of these researchers. Isn't it wonderful that we have them here, that they like their stay here? But what are they going to do after their research period? And that's where career development comes in. And to me, the first time when career development was mentioned by the European Commission as something that we as EURAXESS could look at, I have to admit that I thought that was a whole different topic, didn't really suit EURAXESS, because we were dealing with the administrative side, the HR side, more in support. But the more I talked to researchers, and the more I looked at the whole process, it made more and more sense. I mean, these researchers, we've helped them come, we've helped them have a nice day here, settle in. Now let's try and see if we can help them look towards the future and know what they want after their research position as well. So I'm really, really proud. Again, there's lots of pride. I'm really proud of what's happened. Within the Netherlands, I've spoken to so many different HR people who are now setting up their career advice services, who join up and who improve these things. And it's not just pride that I look at the Dutch network. I mean, this room is filled with so many dedicated people who are willing to help these researchers move forward on all these 3 issues. It's just heartwarming, I think. So we, as a network, we've helped them come, we've helped them settle, and we are now helping them with their future as well. I think that's amazing. Thank you.